Welcome to another episode of his Debatable NFL edition. I'm your host, Justin Jones, here with co host Sebastian. Last night we had Thursday Night Football, the return of Lamar Jackson going up against Tua Tangaloa, Tonga Tua Tonga Lava. The Miami Dolphins going up against the Baltimore Ravens. Once I seen Lamar Jackson was back in the lineup, I knew the Ravens would win this game. And like we spoke about on Sunday, right? When I said I would be very surprised if not 2 weeks in a row the Dolphins can pull this off. And voila, they're back to normal. They're back to mediocrity. Last weekend the NFL gods, they definitely blessed the New York Jets and the Miami Dolphins, right? And they both had impressive performances. But the next time we just seen the Dolphins, literally last night, go out there, and they didn't look good. Besides maybe the first 2 minutes of the game. So, just what was your thoughts on the game, and how do you feel about the Ravens now that Lamar Jackson's back?
Oh, them boys are ready to make a late season push to get into that wild card.
Here
That's
we
how
go.
that's how I
Here
feel. You know,
we go.
we still got money on that shit.
Ah,
We still got
here
money
we
on that shit.
go.
You must have
I
forgot. We
want
still
y'all
got
to
money on them.
replay this. He says anything on camera, bro. Come on, someone pull it up when he literally said, "Oh, just void the bet." No, I don't vote this. Void the bet. Now that he
Yeah,
played the game,
motherfucker.
now that he
Yeah.
played the game, now let's bring the bet back.
Yeah. Yeah. Them boys is rolling, man. 2 wins in a row, man. Them boys is rolling, man.
I'm about to
Them
just
boys.
go on mute. Let me know when you're done with your nonsense. Go ahead.
What nonsense, nigga? What nonsense, bro? You asked me how I felt. That's how I feel, bro. Lamar Jackson back in the lineup, and you see the difference, man. You see the difference. Everybody getting a little piece of the pie. Rashad Bateman, Mark Andrews had 2 touchdowns, man. The other tight end, I don't know his name. Who else? Derrick Henry ran for damn near what 80 yards, 90 rushing yards. You could do all that you want, man. But that was a win that that was handed to you. You needed that win, man. You had to start off back and Lamar Jackson back on the right foot, man. And what better way to do it than CTE Tua? You know, this game was just really a cakewalk for them for a majority of the game. I seen a lot of points in time to where they were just having fun out there. They was just getting back into the flow of things though. Zay Flowers looked good out there too. Isaiah Likely was doing his thing too. A team's effort though. My thing about the Baltimore Ravens is just continuing the momentum from here on out. You can't really afford to lose any more games too. You put yourself in a position now to where I believe you're what 3-5, if I'm not mistaken now. 3-5. So you have a lot of ground to cover. And it starts with Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry, I believe. For them, it's just just keeping the offense on their heels. I think Lamar Jackson just has to do a better job of just throwing a little bit more, especially using his run game. I think that's something he shied away, not even shied away from, has used less of this season rather than previous seasons in his MVP campaigns. I think that he might just need to run the ball a little bit more. Definitely be more on the cautious side about his injury too, because it still might be something a little bit more lingering. But it was a good win for the Ravens though. I don't think anybody had the Dolphins winning by a long shot too. Reality came back into where, feel me, that was just one game that they won. Just luckily so. You're gonna get 1 or 2 games out the season though. But for the most part though, we know what this Miami Dolphin team is. I don't know. Was there any surprise to you?
So well, first of all, not breaking news, but the news came out today that Miami Dolphins GM was let go. It's just gonna be a domino effect after this season. What's his name? Is his name Mike McDaniels? I don't know
Yeah.
the nigga's name. Okay, so Mike McDaniels, he's gonna be fired after this season, but I'm giving him MVP of the day. I'm giving Mike McDaniels MVP of the day. Why? This is the most emotion I've seen out this nigga in any game this season. I'm talking about finally he was letting Tua know, like, what the fuck are you doing? That was a touchdown. Come on, man. Like, it
But
just
which
comes
player?
to.
Which player are you talking about though?
Hmm?
Which player are you talking about?
I believe they was right. in the no, they was in the red zone and they did some. They went for it on fourth down and
Oh, I know where he threw it to Devon Achan.
yeah, right. And it just there was no way unless that nigga was gonna turn into Wimbyama mid play. I don't know how he was gonna catch
Nah,
that
he
ball.
literally overthrew that shit. No, that
I'm
might have been
not.
the dumbest one. No, so the fan they called a fan saying, "What the stupid fuck?" They're done
No,
with him.
yeah, like I think it was after that play the fans started booing. Am I wrong? Was it that play,
Yeah,
or maybe it was a different play? But either
they're
way,
sick of him.
fans started booing. I think I don't know if we're talking about that same person they pointed at the crowd. It was some white dude, and he was just like, "What the fuck is he doing?"
Yeah, he said, "What the stupid bro? He had enough, bro. Fans had enough, bro. You can't make this up, bro. Why are we? All right, first of all, Devon Achan is in the receiving slot against the cornerback that's like fucking 6'4". The nigga Devon Achan is no taller than 6'7". I mean, not even 6'7", 5'7". And you expect him to go out there and
Well,
get that shit.
I
That
would
shit
I
was the
don't
dumbest
understand
thing
I
ever.
don't understand why they didn't just kick the field goal. The last drive y'all was on, you made the smart play, you kicked the field goal. You if you would have kicked this one and made it, it would have been 9-14. You're literally in now a one possession game right before the half. Now you readjust at halftime and you come out and then you try to take the lead after that. Why in that moment you did it? I just really didn't understand.
I get it. I get it.
Um
To a certain extent, I get it though, because their defense is shit. Either way, they have the
But
worst run
Baltimore's
defense.
defense ain't that good either, nigga. So at least you could have had a shootout. You just shown the other week that you can put up points. It's not like we haven't seen a game where they can't put up points. The Baltimore's defense. Do you know how many opportunity the Dolphins had to actually win the game?
It comes down to execution, your quarterback, and even your head coach, bro. No, I think the reason why Mike showed that much emotion is because he knows he's just like, yeah, I'm fucking done. My quarterback just made me lose my job. You,
Well, no, it's not to his fault. He's not the right coach. Period. Like, who's the fucking backup? Is it Zach Wilson the backup on that team? Who is it? Is it? Who
was
was
it
it?
Zach? I
Is
haven't
it
seen
Zach
Zach.
Wilson? But
Somebody.
they could have put in their backup QB and he could have played the whole season. I was gonna save his job. They could have had Brees. They could have had Justin Fields, Geno Smith, Sam Darnold, whatever mid ass QB you want to talk about. You could have put in there. He wasn't gonna save the job. Mike McDaniel's is mentally checked out. I'm for you. You've worked jobs before, Seb. You know when an employee is mentally checked out.
Yeah, bro, you're done. You're done.
So it doesn't matter who, if it was Tua, Lua, Bua. Like it's just not gonna work. I think still before halftime, I think they were trying to go for like a Hail Mary. And even the announcer was like, Tua doesn't even have this kind of arm to throw this ball, so it's like I don't know how they're gonna get it done. And I think that's when they started booing because he tried to throw it and he can't. You literally have a quarterback that can't throw deep.
Nice fucked.
So
Bro,
it's
mind
like
you, I sent in the highlights back then, literally 2 years ago when they went against each other and they had a shootout. I'm just like, what the fuck is the difference between now and then, bro?
you
His
said
head
it
is
to start
fucked,
the show. He didn't have CTE then.
bro. He's fucked. He's literally fucked. And then the what makes it worse is people in the comments in the post game interview said this is where he vents. They say he's literally venting, bro. He's
I'm
just like,
still
yeah,
giving him MVP of the game. I even like what he said. I think enter in the second half or right when they went to halftime, and the lady asked him, "Well, what adjustments do you have to make in the second half?" The nigga had the quote of the year. The nigga said, "We just got to make sure we're trying to go against one team and not two." Literally, like literally saying his own team is killing itself. Like it's not even like they was just all Baltimore whooping their ass. It was in that first half. If you was really watching it, the Miami Dolphins, if they had any pulse of life, should have went into the half with the lead.
but it's just
But
the fucking Dolphins.
no, yeah, and they're just mediocre. You just gotta blow it up.
Mediocre.
And
They're
if it's
worse than
chance,
mediocre. They're trash, bro.
if it's ever time to press that red button, right? And it's just now you gotta fire the coach. You need a new QB. I like Waddle. Devon A. Chan is okay. He's not no world beater. He ain't gonna. He's all right. Who else they got on that team? Tyreek Hill, if he comes back, he's been checked out.
Nah, he checked out. He
I
checked out.
knew it, and then now it's confirmed when he got hurt. I've never seen a nigga tear because what was his injury?
Bro, like he broke his leg. that
Whatever lower
nigga
body.
broke his
But look, you remember when he was being carted off? Who do you see literally smiling
smiling.
and
Yeah.
happy?
He's like this. He like this. Yo, I'm out of
Who though? Who? But
Miami.
can you
Yo, they gonna
remember?
pay me my whole bag and I'm out.
Can you remember another player who that's happened to?
Bro, I don't know, bro. I literally,
I
I
can't
can't.
remember where they was literally showing all teeth. Like, come on now. Like, it's just this team is a disaster. We've been talking about which team has been the worst all season, the Jets and the Dolphins. After last night, is it? It just might be the Dolphins because, like, I feel this the whole team is just checked out. Like Tua, I don't like how he throws the ball. I don't like his pre-game speeches. I don't like nothing.
The post games be the funniest. He said, they were so tall, I couldn't see. Like, bro, just you like, honestly, I have nothing to say to y'all. I'll take the fine, bro. I would take the fine of not speaking to the media. I have nothing to say.
Yeah. So, but once again, we can talk about how bad the Dolphins are all day. But once again, on the other side of things, Lamar Jackson is back. I just didn't like your statement that the team is back. They beat the Dolphins.
A better
Like
way
I
to start.
can't put that much stock into this, and even the next four games is against teams under 500. I think it's the Bengals and the Jets, and two other teams, the Titans and one more team. So they go win those, but that's not proving anything to me. I would hope they do win to at least try to have some type of a playoff chance.
You
But
said Jets, Bengals, and Titans.
Titans and one more a team under 500.
The Saints can't be the Saints.
I'm not sure they showed it last night. I can't remember on top of
That's
my head.
fake a cakewalk though. That's like realistically a schedule that you
No,
just got
yeah.
blessed.
No, but hold on, the Bengals, I don't know. That would be a shootout. Both defenses are
Yeah.
trash, and that can go either the Jets, yeah, they'll beat the Jets. The Titans, yeah, because Cam. Well, I don't want to blame it on Cam Ward, but that team is just not it either. And someone let us know in the comments who is that other team that they will face within the next 4 weeks. It's a trash team, but yeah, shout out to the Ravens. Lamar Jackson did look good for the most part. Mark Andrews, two touchdowns, I think in the first quarter,
Mm,
or
I
was it just
forgot
the first
one.
half? Either way, him and that connection with his tight ends was looking great last night. Um, you brought up the point of him needing to run a little more. I think he was just being on the side of caution. You know, with the hamstring injury, you don't just want to overdo it. Lamar Jackson is known for being one of the best mobile QBs in the NFL, but you don't want to come back in your first game and now you're running for damn near 60 yards. And now the fucking hamstring is falling off the bone like a fucking turkey leg from Louisiana.
Yeah, that hamstring ain't no joke, man. It gets
So
everybody.
so even when he had like that 10 to 14 yard run, Um, I was nervous because I just don't like when players the first game they come back and they just get hurt. It just always reminds me of that Kevin Durant thing when he came back from his injury in the finals, and then I think he had like 12 points, and then just it was done. Right.
It was that serious, bro.
So, once again, at the end of the day, on the Dolphin side, just blow it up. And for the Raven side, there's just no room for error. So don't think now because you're about to go against these four teams. Yeah, we have it. No, you need to, as Lamar Jackson said, treat every game like a playoff game right now. Period.
Well said.
But moving on. The trade deadline is approaching soon. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not sure exactly when it is, but we are
I
getting
think
towards.
November 4th is when the trade deadline is.
Well, Seb will fact check that for us, but it is coming up soon. I have heard a lot of names just being juggled around this, that, and the third. But the question is, which player would you like to see traded the most before this year's deadline?
Player I would like to see traded the most right now, Brees Hall. I think Brees Hall would do justice for teams right now that are competing in those NFC and AFC pictures. I've seen a lot of rumors about him as of lately, more so. So teams like maybe the Patriots has been involved in trying to recruit him. I mean, trying to trade for him, as well as the Chargers. And me personally, I would love to see him on the Chargers too. Just putting it out there though. But I think Brees Hall is one of those names I feel like that could definitely be a needle mover for certain teams. Even maybe if he was to end up on the Chiefs too, I feel like they would be able to use him as a running back. One very he's a solid running back for the most part, though. Feel like he said he's been underutilized as Jets. Feel like they don't value him as much to pay him a certain amount of money too. So maybe what the Jets don't see him in, maybe another franchise would see in him too. So I think Brees Hall would definitely do justice for certain teams around the league.
I'm not mad at Brees Hall. He's just been completely underutilized. For this Jets team, just looks completely different from how he did last season. His best highlight of this season was actually playing the QB position and throwing that pass to Mason Taylor just the other week in their one win of the season. Besides that, he's just been a shell of himself. So I'm not sure exactly where would be the best fit for him. But he posted some type of cryptic tweet just a couple days ago. I didn't get to see it myself, but once these players start going to social media and start doing stuff like that, that's when you can see 9 times out of 10 the writing is on the wall and a new team is just the best fit. For me, someone who also likes to post all these cryptic tweets and always fucking complain, and we spoke about him earlier in the season, and AJ Brown. AJ Brown, the same person who wants all these touches and always complaining, going to social media, talking, throwing his QB under the bus. Leave, nigga. Leave. Leave and go show us what you so capable of doing. You this superstar, you this dude. I want to see it. You know what I would actually like him? The Giants. I think the Giants just have a lot of great chemistry building right now. I think they are moving in the right direction. I can imagine when this team is back to being healthy, you have Jackson Dart at your QB, and then you have Malik Neighbors back, and then you got Cam Scatterable, and then imagine you also have another receiving option now in AJ Brown. I think that's literally a playoff team. He'll be in New York City. He ain't gonna have nowhere to hide then. Now you're gonna have to perform. Because if you underperform, you'll be on the front page. So I would say AJ Brown, and I like him to the Giants. I want to see him in a big market because I want all the fucking spotlight on him.
True. I feel like if you crave that type of attention to where now you when touches, what better place to do it than New York? Or it's either perform or you shit it on.
You feel me? So that's who I want to see. How do you feel about a name like Alvin Kamara?
Alvin Kamara, I feel like he's long overdue though, but I keep seeing reports that saying that they want to be a Saint, like him, Chris Olave. They're players that still could, provide a little sun. I mean, Alvin Kamara sort of had a down season from what we're used to. Even last year, I feel like he had more of a he had like a revitalized season, then went back down. But I could feel like that's just just playing in the Saints. It's not guaranteed that your touches you're going to be the same star that you were because we're still trying. They're still trying to figure things out over there. And I think just the age gap difference between my quarterback and just my players is just my running backs, my tight ends, and just feel me. I just don't think that is an ideal situation for him. I do want him seen elsewhere. I've seen reports of also the Chiefs too, who literally have a running back issue. Now, I wouldn't say necessarily an issue though, but they're not, that's not the strongest point for the Chiefs too. So if anybody that should be hunting, it should be the Chiefs too. But Alvin Kamara definitely would do them justice too. I feel like that's another player too. There's a bunch of players I think right now that could help a lot of teams.
Right,
Another
I've been caring about Brock Browers.
Brock Brock Bowers. I don't think you trade him. There's no way.
I'm
I heard
just saying
Jacoby
the names
Myers
that I've
though.
been hearing.
I heard Jacoby Myers definitely. Jacoby Myers said it himself, like he wants to leave, but he said he's a professional about it, though. Just the ideal situation between him and Geno Smith has not worked out
Well,
whatsoever, too.
saying you want to leave and then being professional, nigga. So shut the fuck up.
Nah, he said he's just gonna handle it professionally. He's gonna come do his job, but this is not the place for him. That quarterback is not. That ain't my quarterback.
But then it's like my point is that you keep that behind the scenes then because that's not good for team morale. If you just don't want to be there, then nigga, you speak to the management. You going out to the media to where they're gonna publicize it. That doesn't put the right spotlight on the team.
That's true. That's true. One more name I heard that was linked to New York, since you was on the topic about the Giants, was Jalen Waddle. I heard there's something there that they might want to get something going over there with Jackson Darts and Jalen Waddle connection. Who knows? I
All the Dolphins players are for sale. The stadium's for sale. The players are for sale. The fans are for sale. The seats are for sale. The turf.
the
The
helmets
Yeah. So they're having a fire sale. Make sure you're there at the end of the season. Everything must go.
must go.
We're giving half off on Tyreek Hill. Seeing he only got one fucking leg right now. We're giving anything, nigga. Do you
We're
want to
selling two.
coach?
We're selling to his brain. We'll sell to his brain to science.
All right, this nigga Seb just brought it to 100. Nigga
No,
Seb said great for science. Nah, we just said a lot of interesting names. I don't feel the NFL deadlines be that crazy when it comes to like star players, like compared to the NBA.
yeah.
But there's definitely gonna be some interesting moves made. Teams that have to fix whatever they need to fix, whether that's on the defensive end, the offensive end. Those type of teams are gonna make those type of moves. You're also gonna see teams just try to get off contracts and also try to get better draft picks. Because that draft has about 16 rounds and about 1,000 niggas get drafted. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how these teams look going into the second half of the season. But last topic of the day, I think we have a huge game incoming for this Sunday. I think it's the game of the day. I think this is the one everyone has circled on their calendar. Bills, right? Josh Allen, they have looked good this season. I believe sitting at a 6-2 record,
6-2 or 6-3.
something like that, right? And then you have the Chiefs who are on a momentum surge right now, and they're at 5-3.
Yeah.
Right.
Hmm.
But overall, we seen the Bills get out to a hot start and then kind of dwindle off a little bit, but they get a win last week to build that momentum back. And then you got the Kansas City Chiefs who started off very slow due to the injury bug. Now that you see they got all their weapons back, they look amazing. Just talk to us about this matchup and what does it mean for both teams right now.
So first of all, this is going to be a juggernaut of a matchup. I think every time these two teams link up, it's always a shootout. Despite any type of defense that they got going on, it's just two well-rounded teams. I want to see just a shootout, and I expect to see a shootout. I think everybody talks about this that one game in the playoff. I believe it's 2021 or 2022. I forgot which year it was though, but probably one of the best football games I think I've ever witnessed in my life. And I always stand on that hill. That has just been so. There's always a connection between Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, two MVP players, two players that are just a hell of talented players, and they have players, but it's not like they work with like superstars anymore. Like what I'm saying, like they just have the players like. Travis Kelsey is a hell of a player still. He's picked it up over the past couple of weeks. I would say so. And then Josh Allen has a guy in James Cook who is a hell of a runner, hell of a running back. Deserves the money he got, and they're just gonna work with their pieces. I think it's two star-studded quarterbacks that just gonna go out there and put on a show. For my preview of the game, I'm leaning more towards the Bills side. I just think because it's that home crowd is gonna be rocking. It's gonna be a packed game. It's gonna be a must see TV game too. I just feel like Josh Allen is just going to put up an MVP caliber game, I think, as well as Patrick Mahomes. But I just think that's just the home crowd might just have a little bit more emphasis as to what is going on in that game too. So I'm gonna just have to ride with the Bills on this one. I think Josh Allen goes out and throws for fucking 300, and runs for like 50 rushing yards. I think James Cook puts on the 2 touchdown performance. I think you're gonna see help from a guy like Dalton Kincaid is definitely going to add in. Khalil Shakur is going to definitely probably have one of his biggest games of the season. It's going to be a big game. And it's unfortunate that it's a 4 o'clock game rather than the 8 o'clock game because I don't think nobody want to see what is it, the Seahawks versus the Cardinals. I think that's the 8 o'clock game.
It's some bullshit.
Yeah, no, yeah, nobody want to see that, man. You gotta adjust it on the fly. That's the must see game. And fuck a 425 game. That game should be the 8 o'clock game, bro. Oh, we haven't gotten no good 8 o'clock games in quite some time. So that man, that's the only disappointment of it all. That is not the 8 o'clock game. You know what I'm saying?
Are you saying that you didn't like Aaron Rodgers versus his home versus old team?
Uh I feel like that game was like you had a feeling that Green Bay was gonna win, but it wasn't like a nail biter. You know the nail biter games that is just like, yo, what the fuck? Like, those games that make you like the first game of the first one where the fucking Bills literally made that run and came back. That game was probably an extravagant game. I'm trying to think of another Sunday night game. I'm probably missing the other one. But you know what I'm saying? Sunday
Okay.
night game, the last game on the card should always be like, lights out. That's just how I feel. I feel like if you look at the schedule, you be like, yeah, we just had the Chiefs play on a fucking Sunday night against the fucking Giants or some shit like that. Why do we need that? We have Josh Allen versus Patrick Mahomes. That's the real 8 o'clock game, man. That's marketing. That's what people are going to tune in to see.
Well, listen, no matter if it was at 4:25, 8 p.m., midnight, or 3 o'clock in the morning, I think people's gonna be, tuned into that matchup. But in terms of your prediction, I always love to tell you when you're wrong. So you're wrong. The Chiefs will win this matchup. The Chiefs
Yeah,
right the Chiefs right now look better than the Bills. We're just talking about right now entering week 9, is it?
I believe so.
Right? So I just think they've looked better as of recently. They have gotten their pieces back. Travis Kelsey has looked better. Rice has looked better. Pacheco, if you looked at that last game they just had, I think he's finally now starting to get his legs back up under him. He was looking more aggressive. He was bouncing off defenders. He looked a lot better. Kareem Hunt is always ready. Um he just is always in the right position and knows where Patrick Mahomes is going to either hand it off to him or even throw it to him in that red zone. He's been very clutch. Xavier Worthy, he's been doing his thing. This team, I feel, is in its final form right now. Patrick Mahomes just looks as comfortable as ever. He's not losing hair anymore. It's actually growing back. Andy Reid up top, he just now knows he has so many he has so many of his weapons back. When he's looking at that playbook, that shit is just looking like easy money. But I just feel that Patrick Mahomes has Josh Allen's number, and to your point, I think it will be a good game. But I think at the end of the day, if it's close in that fourth quarter, are you gonna sit here and tell me you trust Josh Allen over Patrick Mahomes?
Yeah. I
I'm
just
asking you if it's a tie game entering the fourth, who do you trust more?
I have no answer. Literally
Yo,
no answer.
Seb, I always
No,
know Seb
I have
knows
no
that he's
answer. I
gonna
have no
sit
answer.
here. That's why
Cause,
he cheating so fucking hard right now, bro.
guess
Like,
what,
because he
buddy? Guess what?
knows.
The rules literally changed because of that playoff game to where now you get the ball back. So
Bro,
now, what can I say? I never knew what Josh Allen was
I
fully fit.
asked you, no, this nigga thinks he's a lawyer now and could try to like weasel out and try to refix the question was, who do you trust more in the fourth quarter? That was it. I wouldn't ask you about
I
overtime.
just don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
You
I said I
don't know
don't
who you
know.
trust more in the fourth quarter. It's that
I
close to you.
Is that close to me? Yes.
Alright,
Honest to God, is that close to me?
alright. Oh, now you're bringing God into it. So now I gotta
No,
question.
no, literally, no, literally. Is
You
that
bringing
like
God onto the podcast now because you need
God
backup.
is more than welcome? Feel me? If God could ever speak, feel me, we could talk
No,
about it,
well,
man.
all right, well, God is always on the podcast,
Yeah,
but don't try to use him as a crutch now, nigga. Oh yeah, to
I
God, like, no, no, don't
no,
do
I'm
that.
saying no. You the one that say he's more than welcome on the pod, yo.
Yeah,
God,
I'm not. Hold on, hello, hello. But I'm just saying, don't lie to the American public.
it's not a lie though, bro. If you would have told me somebody else, I would have been like, all right, yeah. But we just forget Josh Allen's that dude too. Like,
I'm not like, hey, Josh Allen is amazing. I can't take anything away from him. I'm talking about what we've seen over the last, let's just say, 4 to 5 years in the fourth quarter time. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying one. I'm not. I didn't even say who's better than who right now. Us is in the fourth quarter. We know in all sports, right? I have four quarters. There's people who's there for the first three, and then we know who to give the ball to in the fourth quarter. It's winning time.
Spencer Rattler. That's who we give it to in the fourth quarter.
I'm surprised you ain't say Tua. Like shit. The
It's the last person you give it to. I mean, if you have money on the other
wait.
team,
So now, let's just see how honest it's about to be. Fourth quarter time tie game. Who you trust more, Tua or Spencer Rattler? Yeah, I don't get the joke. Like these are two QB starting QBs in the NFL. So I don't get what's funny.
I trust Spencer Rattler.
No, that's insane.
Straight face, I trust Spencer Rattler. Cause I guarantee you, when the moment is too, it's too. When the moment is too clutch, like feel me, when you people palms get sweaty and shit like that. Guess who has the sweatiest palms? The nigga that's throwing the football. That nigga palms is sweaty, bro. You know what? You know what sweaty palms lead to? An interception. And I
His
guarantee you,
palms don't gotta be sweaty to throw an interception. That should just be flying out there. Like
yeah,
palms
bro.
don't be that sweaty.
Because at least Spencer Rattler, if you don't see none, he'll try to run it. I'll give. Listen, I like Spencer Rattler. I just think that he's just not ready yet.
Spencer Rattler's bullshit. Like, let's not try to put makeup on a fucking duck right now, bro. Like, if that shit walk
Is
like a
he?
duck, quack like a duck, it's a duck, nigga.
Is
Like,
he?
stop
Is he
it.
worse than Tua?
You're talking about right now?
Yes, right now.
Right now, Tua is worse, but this is we gotta keep factoring in the CTE. Like that's like such a major factor in this argument. But either way, that went way off topic, and I don't want to keep roasting Tua. But Bills Chiefs, it's gonna be a great game. Everyone will be tuned in. They're gonna have the popcorn. They're gonna have the drink. They're gonna have their wings. They're gonna have the chips. You feel me? And they're gonna be tuned in to see which QB is going to put on a show. I feel like there was another thing I wanted to just bring up and I just lost it. Is there anything else you need to get off your chest before NFL Sunday?
Uh, there was one thing I was looking at. Let me just double check, make sure.
Well, as Sep gets his thoughts together, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe on this video. Please go watch the other videos we have out right now on YouTube. Type in "It's Debatable" in that search bar, man. We got interviews, we got prediction videos. Go back to our old shit with Battle Rap, which we will be bringing back next Friday. I'm telling y'all right now, Battle Rap will be back next Friday.
Yeah, I don't
Seb,
have nothing else.
Seb has ruined the schedule this week, so we were not able to debut the Battle Rap show. Seb does have his own little bit of CTE, but we will be here next week. Battle Rap show will be here. We will be reacting to classic rounds from the URL. Right? So we talking about that Shotgun Shook versus Bill Collector. Right? You talking about that Loaded Lux versus Calico. Right? You talking about that Tay Rock versus B Magic, right? So please make sure to be in tune with that. But like you heard Seb just say, there is nothing else for this episode. Next up is NFL Sunday. We will be watching that. We will be back on Monday to recap all the games, all the madness, and we will see which team and which player earns the trash rights. Right now the king is just the Dolphins. They just surpassed the Jets after what they did last night. But knowing the Jets and what they'll do on Sunday, it will be back to a tie game.
Yeah, they
So
got a bye week. They'll be fine.
oh shit. Well, let's see how bad they are in even the bye week. All right, because I ain't even on their bye weeks. The coach is gonna say something stupid. All right. But please make sure to comment, and subscribe. Follow us on all social media platforms at It's Debatable Double underscore. Follow me at Justin Jones on Facebook for details and developments. We got NBA coming up next. We got NBA games starting up in a little bit. Please make sure to go watch those. Jersey.